Good morning. We are back into our movement practice, and today's session is going to be seated on a chair, so maybe a little bit different to normal, but it's all about just waking our bodies up and giving our joints a nice little massage and lubrication. So, when you're ready, come to sit on a chair, really nice and comfortably. Make sure that you can sit with your feet flat on the floor so that they're really grounded. And then hands resting on your thighs. Close down the eyes. Just take a breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Nice. And then we're just going to allow ourselves to settle here. So noticing how your feet feel against the floor. Noticing how your sit bones feel against the chair. And how your spine feels. And as you start to bring your attention to your body, it just allows yourself to settle into the present moment. It allows everything that you've got to do today, your whole long list or worries that are going on, to just melt into the background for the amount of time that we are here in our practice. And that allows you to focus entirely on yourself. It gives you the opportunity to feel, to notice sensations, to become more aware of how your body moves. It gives you the opportunity to learn more information about your body. And from there, we can take that off the mat, feeling more secure and stable in ourselves, in our body, but also in our spirit or soul. Moving your attention now to your breath, so that you're breathing in and out through the nose, sending your breath into the side of your body, side of your rib cage, allowing the breath to be slow and steady as you move the breath into the side body. Feeling the expansion with every inhale and the softening with every exhale. Trying to keep that breath going as you continue through the practice now. We're going to lift up onto the toes so that heels are lifted, and then we bring the heels back down. We lift up onto the toes, bring the heels down. So a few repetitions of this movement, moving through the feet, moving through the ankles, noticing how it feels for you. Let's do two, one. Bringing the heels all the way back down, you're now going to lift the toes. And in order to bring the toes back down to the ground, can you try and, when you're sitting down, and or you may have seen people do that thing with their fingers where their nails tap down. That's what we're trying to do with the toes, starting with the little toe. So one toe after the other, and then we lift them back up. We start with the little toe as they come down, lift back up. Good. Our feet have so many joints and connections in, but they're often something that we really forget to move. So we're just giving ourselves some time to think about the feet. Good. Next time the toes come down, can you just lift your big toe off the floor? Now, if this is tricky, absolutely fine. You can bring your hands down and just lift the big toe off with your fingers. And then we're going to tap the big toe. Might be quite difficult to see here. Tapping the big toe, lifting it up, and then tapping it back down to the ground, trying to keep the rest of your toes grounded. Nice. Big toe releases. Can you roll your feet inwards here so that the outside edges of the feet lift slightly, and then roll the feet so that the inside edges of the feet lift. So we're rolling in and then out. Slowly, gently, allowing the ankle to open up. Brilliant. We're then going to lift right knee up a little and start to circle through that right ankle. Maybe, I don't know if you can hear those clicks. Really working on the pointing of the toes, so the pointing of the toes down to the floor to see whether you can feel a nice stretch through the front of your shin and through the front of your ankle. Our feet are so often in dorsiflexion, which is the how my left foot right now is settled on the ground. And so we don't often do the plantar flexion, the pointing in our everyday lives. Have we changed direction? Change direction. And then bring the right leg long in front of you. And you may need to just shuffle on your chair a little bit to bring your bottom forwards, but keeping the toes pulling towards your shin, pushing through your heel. You're going to reach the arms all the way forwards with your torso and then reach them overhead. So we go forwards, reaching the arms and up, forwards and up. Nice. We're releasing the arms. We're going to lift the right leg in the air. Thigh muscle starts to switch on, starts to talk to you. And then we release it back down. We're going to pull right knee back into the chest. Can you rotate, so externally rotate through the hip joint in order to bring the ankle to rest on your thigh? Now what you may want to do is just take the left leg further away from you. So left foot further away from you so that the angle at which the leg is not as much. Okay, but that's up to you. Experiment with moving your foot further away and then closer towards you. And all we're going to do here is sit. Allow the right leg to grow heavy. Maybe closing down the eyes. Coming back to the breath. And then slowly bringing that right foot to the ground. Left knee coming into the chest, circling through that ankle. Really staying a while and noticing the plantar flexion, the pointing of the foot. and changing the direction. It's all a bit gritty in there. Nice. And then we're reaching that leg long on the ground. Pull the toes up, push into your heel. We reach the arms and the torso forwards and up, forwards and up. Good. Noticing how it feels in the body. And then coming all the way up, we're going to reach that leg long and lift it into the air. Pull back down. Pull the knee in, create external rotation and pull the foot to rest on the thigh. Or maybe moving that right foot further away from you. And it may feel completely different on this side, so if you need to rearrange differently from the side before, feel free to do that. We're allowing there to be external rotation through the left hip, so continue with the external rotation and then sit and breathe here. So to the outside world, it might look quite passive, but we're actually using all the muscles around the hip to create the external rotation and to allow that left knee to continue to be heavy. And then slowly releasing the leg. Bringing the feet flat on the floor again, hip distance apart. Can you create seated cat-cows? So moving through the spine here. Lifting the chest. Rounding off. See whether you can start from your tailbone and rolling up through the vertebrae. And then starting from the tailbone to roll into that left spinal flexion. Coming to sit back in neutral, we're going to take a twist. So left hand comes to your right knee, and then the right hand comes behind you, maybe resting on the chair, maybe reaching down on the chair, whichever feels best for you. Just allow the torso to rotate towards the right, maybe head looks over that right shoulder. And then we're going to move in and out of it slowly, steadily, just like our breath. So as we breathe in, can we come back to center? As you breathe out, you twist. Breathing in, breathing out. Two more. Beautiful. Coming back to neutral with the spine. Think about creating internal rotation through the hips here in this seated position. And as that happens, you'll move your feet away from each other, maybe resting on the inside edges of the feet. So notice that internal rotation through the hip joint, through the thighs, and then come back to your cat-cows. Now, it may feel really strange in this internally rotated version. Just give yourself the chance to kind of work through it with your breath And even though there may be this strange discomfort, we are in a safe place. Our body knows through our breath that we are in a safe place. And so that gives the body the chance to adapt, to alter. Nice. We're coming back to neutral. Feet flat on the floor again. Hip distance apart. This time we twist towards the left. Take the twist and just allow yourself to settle into it for a moment, looking behind the shoulder or looking over the shoulder. And then we move in and out with our breath. So we inhale as we come forwards. Exhale as we twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Amazing. Coming back to center. You're going to now bring your feet together and allow there to be external rotation through the hips. And again, if you need to rearrange, then go for it. And we go through our cat-cows. And you may notice that it feels really different here through the pelvis, through the hip joints. Two more rounds. And coming back to neutral spine, bringing the feet back in. Reaching the arms in front of you. Can you give yourself a nice hug? So bend the elbows, reaching the hands back towards the shoulders. And we're going to move through our thoracic cars here. So creating circles through our thoracic, another area of the body that has so many joints. So let's bring the elbows towards the floor. And as you do that, you're rounding off your spine. So think here that your arms and your upper, or your chest and your upper back are all connected here. They move all together. So we round off through the spine. We twist towards the left, so elbows move over to the left. We then create a side bend by allowing the left shoulder to drop towards the floor. We create slight extension by imagining that the middle of the chest is lifting towards the ceiling as you rainbow over to the right. So big arc so that the right shoulder comes towards the floor. The side bend on the other side. The elbows twist to the right. Also twist as well. Elbows come down and to center. And we go in the opposite direction. We twist the elbows to the right. The right shoulder drops to the floor. You arc over as a slight extension, lifting the chest. And then left shoulder drops to the floor. Elbows twist to the right. Sorry, to the left. Did you all go the other way? And then elbows come down and to center. Slowly stacking all the way back up. Releasing the arms, taking a breath in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. Last movement then, we're going to squeeze chin to chest. Taking the chin across the left collarbone towards your left shoulder. Breathing here. Allowing the head to turn so the face is forwards. Breathing here. Keeping the head over to the left, but turning the head to look up towards the sky. And then bringing the head back into that middle position, face forwards. Bringing the chin back to the shoulder. And then you bring chin across left collarbone to center, to right shoulder over that collarbone. Spending a few moments with chin to shoulder. Breathing into the sides of your body. Allow the breath to move naturally across the body. Turning the head so that the ear falls towards the shoulder. Staying present in the body. Turning the head in order to look up towards the sky. And the head back into the middle, with faces forwards, ear still heavy to the right. And then turn the chin to the shoulder. Chin slides across the collarbone, coming back to the middle of the chest, taking a moment. And then slowly stacking the head. Amazing. We're going to bring hands to the chest and take a moment in gratitude. So can we thank our bodies for coming to the mat, for being adaptable? Can we thank our minds for calming down, even if it was just for a moment in time? And let's thank our breath for always being there to support us. Breathing in through the nose, sighing out through the mouth. Breathing in, sighing out. We are ready to step back into our day. Thank you so much.